and let's just go to editor and let's create now a home component. So the home component will be the landing page. So the landing page will be the home component, and we will create that component inside another folder here. We'll create another folder in the source that will be called pages. Inside the pages, we'll create a home page, right? So we'll write home.js. We'll save it. And again, we'll use a trick to import the boilerplate code, that is RFCE. Okay, yeah, here with the boilerplate code for the home.js file. So now we'll write the code for the home.js file. So here we will create two divs. That is, we'll delete this div, and one will be the home div. Sorry, I don't know why this auto import sometimes stops work. Home div, and another one will be header container, or you can call it whatever you want. I'm calling this because of the CSS, and we've used these classes only. So inside the home container, inside the home component, we'll provide an image, some text, and a button. Okay, so there will be an image, a background image. So let me just first provide a background image. So I need to import that image. So let me import let's call it banner from. Again, we need to go to the assets folder, assets, then there will be an image called banner. Yeah, it's banner.jpg. So we'll call it banner.jpg. Just put the semicolon here. So now this image is imported. Now we want to use it in our main container, right? The main container, we'll want to use this image. So how you'll use it? So we'll provide inline CSS styling for this, and we'll give the URL of the image, like the source of the image, and then it will be rendered. So we'll provide src. We'll provide the style tag. My bad. And inside the style tag, we are going to provide the source, right? We're going to provide the source of the image. So first of all, we'll write background image, and we'll provide a colon, and here we will provide the source. So for that, we will use backticks. Then you will write URL, and then we'll provide parentheses. Inside that, we will provide a $sign, and then we'll provide the name of the image. So that is banner, right? Let me just save it. Okay, now when we go to a browser and we just refresh, we don't see anything. Now can you tell me what's the reason? Because we have not imported our home.js file inside the app, which is app.js. So that means we need to import app.js. We need to import home inside the app.js. Otherwise it will not be rendered. So let me import home from, like, not components, it will be pages/home. Okay, so I have to import it here, and I will provide I'll provide a router here. So router needs to be provided because we will be navigating through it, and we will be like going to the home page by creating the home link. So for that you need the router, right? So that we have the complete routing. So now I will provide a switch tag, like switch statement, switch, and this will be also this will be needing a closing tag as well. Now we'll provide route. Why I'm messing up things now? Route, and now we have to provide a path to the, like, what will be the URL to this path. So it will be home, slash means home, and then we'll provide exact component, and this means the exact component which we want to render on going to this URL, this slash URL. For that we provide an equal to sign and then provide the name of the home. That's it. This is a self closing tag, and when we close it and then we save it, and now we go back to a browser and we refresh it. Still we don't see any image. Do you have any idea why this is happening? Because we have not provided anything inside the div, and we provided the text here, and now it's not showing up. So I think there is something wrong with the app.js. So okay, here is the mistake. We wrote router instead of route, so we just write route here. This is the route. Actually router is the outer part and route is the inner part. So let me just save it and just go back to the browser. We are already in the browser, so you can see there is the image is also there, and there's the home is also there. So when we go back to the VS Code, so this is what we have done. We have changed the route here. We have changed the name. It was router and we have changed it to route. So okay, what is that? Okay, so this is what we have done. Now we need to do some more styling here in the home.js. So we have to provide a h1 tag, and then we have to provide a p tag in which we'll write some text, and then we'll provide a button. So as simple as that. So let me just provide an h1 tag. It is already there, which will say like food corner, maybe. Yeah, then we'll provide a p tag. Maybe you can write just p. Yeah, so we'll write like Indian food at or we'll write in caps. That will be more attractive. Indian food at a click. All right, then we'll provide a button over here, which will say order now, and we hit save, and this is what we need to do. And we'll also provide a link to this button, like when we click on this button, so where we'll go. So let me just import link first. Import link from React App obviously, and then we just wrap this button across the link tag. All right, let me just wrap this. Okay, and when I save it, so and then I go back to the browser and I refresh it. React Router does not contain a diff. Okay, I made a mistake. Let me just show you what mistake I make. Can you guess? So this link should always be in curly braces. Save it. So these mistakes I am making just to like make you aware that you don't need to make these mistakes. Like these are important, like these are small things, but they sometimes puts us in trouble. So when we go here, okay, we have a button, we have this right p tag, we have this, but it doesn't look beautiful, isn't it? So because we have not applied any styling so far. So let me just go back to the VS Code, and let's just create the style for the home.js. So again, in the styles folder, we'll create a file which will be home.css, and inside this home.css I will paste the CSS which I've written earlier for this home.js component. So let me just paste it, and let me just show you from the beginning. We have some error here. Okay, I don't need this from the beginning. So these are the normal things, like I've configured some font and all, and there's nothing to be like surprised. You can take a look you can take a look at it from the beginning, that I have used this styles dot css for the nav for the home.js file. So let's just save it, and this will not be reflected because we have not imported it so far. So let me just import it. So let me just import, and then we will write the location, that is the styles, and then we write the name of the file, that is home.css, put semicolon, and then we save. And I hope now our things will look beautiful. And let me take you to the browser, and here we are on the browser. You can see the things look beautiful, but there is a little bit of this thing should be on the left hand side, so we'll make it using CSS. But now the website looks more beautiful, it looks more attractive than before. Oh, now maybe this looks in the center because we have not deleted the app.css file. So remember, you need remember when we were cleaning up the things, so we deleted some of the things. So app.css was not deleted, so we'll delete it. We'll not actually delete it, we'll just delete the thing here, and we'll provide some small piece of CSS here, and we'll save it. And then when we go back to our browser, you can see this looks so beautiful, and this is what we were trying to create. Now the next thing, we need to create a footer. Like a footer is very much needed for our website, so let's just quickly go and create a footer. So footer will be in the components. Let's just create the footer.js file here, and let's just use a trick, which is ES7 snippet to RFCE, and this will give us the boilerplate code. So I will delete this div here, and we'll create another div which with the ID of footer. So we'll provide footer, and then again we'll provide another one, which another div which the ID with the class name of social media. Okay. And in the footer we'll be providing some icons. You already know what the icons are, so we are going to use Material UI for the icons. So let me take you to the website of Material UI, and let's just go back, and we'll search here for maybe Twitter. Okay, we'll click on this and we'll copy this right here. Then we'll go back to our VS Code, and then we paste it. Then we will use Instagram, like, okay, so I've imported all the icons, and now let's just use them. So to use them, it's like really simple. You need to just put the render the component which is there. So like Instagram icon. I don't know, my auto suggest is not working properly, so bear with that. First will be Instagram, second will be Twitter icon, and it will be a self-closing tag. Next we will be having Facebook icon. Next we'll be having LinkedIn icon, and we just save it. Now we need to go to the app.js and import this footer. So we'll provide the name is footer, and probably it gives an option to auto import, but it's not giving us. So okay, I think now it's auto imported. Now we save it, and then we go back to our browser. Okay, we have done this, and we have imported the footer here, and we imported this all of the icons here. You might really sorry if you're not able to see that coding part. So we have done this, we have imported these icons, and then we have imported this all here, and then we went to app.js, and then we just imported this footer and this rendered it inside here. So that's what we have done, and we see in your error here that is material icon Facebook in the, okay, this icon is not found. So let me go to footer. The error is on line number what? So Facebook icon is the problem here. So we've imported all of the icons and we've rendered it here. So let us go to the browser and see how this looks. And let me just go to the browser. Okay, we have the icons here, but they are not so well. So we'll do it. There's not a problem with that. So we go back to VS Code, and let me just provide something, a p tag also here, which will contain the copyright information. Here we will write and copy. This is for the copyright symbol, and we'll write maybe the name of the website, indianfood.com, copyright 2021. Okay, we save it, and now we gonna create another styles a css file for this footer.js. So we'll call it footer.css, and we'll be importing this inside our footer.js, and the css file for this is also like similar, but it's like really simple. So I'll paste this css here. It's like very small, and then we close it, and we import it here inside our footer.js. So we'll write import, and we'll write go back to the styles, and then you need to import footer.css. That's it, and then we save it. And then when we go to the website in the browser, okay, you see a footer is being rendered. So that's a really important thing. And we have the navbar, we have the home page, that is the landing page, we have the footer. Let me just make the size of the icon a little bit smaller by going to the footer.css. Let me just get maybe 50 pixels. The p tag here is also not coming in the center, so let me just make that in center. So the p tag should be outside of this div. So let me just bring it and then save it. And now if we go to the website, now we see, okay, this looks neat, this looks so beautiful and neat. This is the message, this is the copyright message, these are the links, these are the icons of our social media handles. So that's it. We have covered a lot. We have created a navbar, a home page, or we can call it landing page with this image, this button and everything else, and we have created a footer. So in the next part, we'll be creating this menu page right here, and we'll be adding links to this website, these buttons like menu and this all. So that's it. Thank you. See you in the next part.